When it comes to this stuff, I know I have the greatest certainty. Yeah. On the planet, I'm probably in the top 3 for the certainty of this material. Yeah, of course.
It's a Stingray, Corvette Stingray. It says on the rear mirror, it says "Don't quit."
Don't quit, no. But that is the greatest thing.
Right.
One of the things I was going to say. One of the things I was going to say, if studying quote unquote successful people, in success, side note, we'll get back to that. In studying successful people, they all say the same thing. It's 1% inspiration and it's 99% perspiration. So that don't quit, that's it. Don't quit. Find your dream and go for it and don't quit. You'll know if it's an infatuation the first time you stubbed your toe and you quit. You were infatuated. It wasn't a true purpose. Your true mission, vision, inspiration, and purpose, like I'm saying, it can't be shut off, right? Like it pulled me forward so strong, it can't. There's no off switch for it. So I'm going to do whatever it takes. I will not quit. So, no, that's not me. I drive a 2006 Ford Explorer.
We were sitting right there and he was he goes, I bet he's driving her.
No,
Yeah.
well, I
That would
flew.
be nice.
Yeah, I flew from Atlanta. So my wife drives a 2012 Ford Focus. It's a really nice one, but anyway. All right. That's gonna be extremely annoying. What?
Really?
Watching myself. Watch myself.
Watch myself.
Yeah. All right. So we had one question. Any other questions? What we talked about so far this morning? Renee had a great awareness for himself. He's like, he realized he is positive. He does have positive, he does have positive. He's not only negative in his life. He realized I do have positiveness.
I know you do.
Yeah. He knows that too.
Awesome.
I could have told you that.
All right, so the whole MLM stuff, chasing the MLM fantasy and dream and all that, what it really takes to make money in that is such an insane amount of work. That's why so few people actually really do make money. And they're selling the myth of the fantasy of the easy thing. Like you get to easy street, right? You get to a place where you no longer have to work and blah, 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 blah. And the truth of that is bullshit. Bull crap. The only time you get to a place where you don't have to work anymore is when the money your money earns pays for your life. Because now you're managing money wisely. That's when you hit financial freedom. Everything else in between that and being there is just a tool to get there. So every company you work, anything that you've ever done, if you're not saving, investing, and managing wisely a portion of every single dollar that comes in the door starting now, that's what's going to bring to you more money. There's a principle about money, and I know this is a little side note of where we're going, but there's a principle of money. Money flows towards certainty, just like energy, because money is energy. Energy flows towards certainty. The one with the greatest certainty rules. So the more certain you are about what you're going to do with the money that's coming in the door, the more money's coming that way. Money loves to be managed wisely. That means a portion of every dollar that comes in your door must go into a long-term vision. The bigger that vision, the bigger the money that's going to come there. The long-term vision for your money, the money your money earns to pay for your life. Why? Your why. What is your why? That is the biggest question. The bigger your why, the more money's coming your way. Again, remember your mission. If your mission is only to pay your bills, that's all you're getting. If your why is to pay your bills, that's all you're getting. But you can still shave off a portion of that and manage it wisely. So where you want to get with your why is the money my money earns pays for my life because what's your mission, vision, inspiration, and purpose? It could be just to watch TV. And that's okay if that's what you love, because think about all of humanity. All 6 billion-ish. They keep telling us there's 7, and I just don't believe them because it plateaued in the 80s, so I think that's a myth. The 6 billion-ish of us on the planet, all human activities are covered by at least one person that they love doing that. So that means there is a person on the planet that was born to watch TV. They love doing that, right? So, and then there's people who are born to do much more inspiring things. But if their whole thing, in their heart of hearts, is they love to watch TV, and they go to work for their money to pay for their life so they can watch TV, that's as divinely inspired as anything else on the planet, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to get at is when you get to what your why of your why of your why, your heart of your heart of your heart, and you're saving, investing, and managing wisely a portion of every dollar that comes in the door, so that in my financial cycles of up and downs, when I was at my peak of savings, 37% of every dollar that came in the door was going into savings. Right now, I'm not that high. It's down a little bit right now. It's about 10% right now. But anyway, save, invest, and manage wisely a piece of every single dollar that comes in the door starting now. Not when a whole bunch of money's coming. The whole bunch of money's coming because you're managing it wisely now, because you have a purpose for it. You have a reason why. Mine is to travel the world, opening and healing hearts, sharing my message of love. The message of love. And it's so strong I can't turn it off, right? To help people live the greatest degree of fulfillment possible in their life. I'm drawn to do that. I have a why, right? So the bigger your why, the more money that's going to come to you, and the more you manage it wisely, the more is going to show up. It's the only way you're getting wealthy. The MLM dream of the big fat check that's never going to die is bullcrap. I know one gentleman, Larry Thompson, he built Herbalife way back when. When Herbalife started, he was the master distributor. It was him and Mark Hughes. He made $80 million.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? At one point in Herbalife, it had grown to I don't know what the number was, 20,000 distributors.
Yeah, I was one.
In 1 month, they were gone. They all left. And he had to start back over from scratch. So the myth they're telling you, it's a myth, is bull crap. You do not control it at all. What do you control? You control you. You control your dreams, your visions, your mission, your vision, your inspiration, and your purpose. And you control every single dollar that comes in your door. You're the one that decides where it gets spent. The moment you choose to start saving, investing, and managing wisely a portion of every single dollar that comes in your door for the rest of your life is the moment you're on the path towards being wealthy. And degree of wealth, what wealth is to me, again, is when the money your money earns pays for your life. Your current level of lifestyle. Because as we said, imagine this, $1,000 a week coming in every single week from your money. Your money's making $1,000 a week. Would that suck?
No.
No.
That's $52,000 a year. That's nothing. I've made $52,000 in a month. So $1,000 a week coming in every week. Our money is earning that money, right? That's wealth. Oh no, it's not the great big house, the great big boat, the great big car, the fancy jet. That's wealth. It's like, no. That's a self-worth thing, but wealth is when your money pays for your life, right? Remember, we grow up, we're taught we're only allowed to live within this certain path right here, right? This certain swath. The money your money earns pays for you to live there, which is where we're currently living in our life right now. That doesn't suck. That's freedom, right? So until you start saving, investing, and managing wisely a portion of your money, everything that you've been taught at the MLM meetings is a myth about the lifestyle that you're going to get to a place where you're free. It's like, no, you're free when the money your money earns pays for your life. Guys, I hope you get that, because that is where it's at. Okay, so how many have a checking account? Or some equivalent of, we all process money, whether it's cash, you live out of your pocket, you live out of your checking account, same thing, some vessel that holds your money, right? We all have it. Okay. So this is going to be whatever that is, where our money goes, okay? This is where our money goes. Checking, pocket, whatever, okay? Bam. Okay. This is going to be save, invest, manage wisely. Okay? $1,000 hits your checking account, your pocket, whatever. It could even be a bucket. $1,000 hits there. What happens in our mind? Our mind goes, oh, I got $1,000 to live on. Do you make it on that $1,000 till the next money shows up?
No.
You don't make it? You don't think you can make it on $1,000 until the next $1,000 shows up?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You already have. You know how I know?
Uh-huh.
Because you're sitting here. You're still alive.
Okay.
You made it. You've already made it on the money that's made it into your bucket. Right? You've already survived the monies that show up. And you've survived till the next one. And you've survived till the next one. You survived till the next one. You survived till the next one. Okay? So what happens? We end up spending it, right? Another $1,000 shows up. Do we survive?
We survive with it.
We survive. Another $1,000 shows up.
Survive.
How much is over here?
0.
0. So let's just say 10%. 900 shows up here. 100 shows up here. Do you think we're going to be able to survive till the next money shows up?
Yes.
Yeah, how do we know?
We did it before.
Because we've already been doing it. Right?
We're still here.
We're still here.
I'm here and I'm doing
So we
it.
spend that. Another 900 shows up here. 100 shows up here. Do we survive? Yep. 900 shows up. 100 shows up here. We survive. Over and over and over and over and over. That's the road to wealth. There is no other road to wealth. There is no other road to financial freedom. There is no other road to having the money your money earns pays for your life. There's no other road than this. Everything else is nothing more than generating money that goes into your bucket. Everything you do is generating money into the bucket. It's up to you to save, invest, manage wisely. Real quickly, just on investing. Any investment that requires you to turn over control to somebody else is not a safe investment. Does not matter what it is. The moment you give up control of your money, it is at 100% risk. My Save, Invest, Manage Wisely, very modest. I've been through. My ex-partner and I lost $1.3 million in one investment. So guess what kind of lesson I learned? I learned a $1.3 million, actually a $665,000 lesson. No, 565. Yeah, whatever the numbers are. Yeah, 665, right? Whatever it is. Lesson. And we lost $300,000 in another one. When it's like, okay. And that was about 15 years ago, 17 years ago. So I learned a lesson. Or maybe 15 years, I don't know. But I learned a lesson. And the lesson was, as I start rebuilding my life, if I don't control it, it's not happening. 100%. So mine's very modest. My whole thing is you turn it into stuff that's going to... People are the power. So you turn it into stuff that people need. And for me, it's the townhomes that you can rent for $1,000 a month all day, every day in Atlanta. And you get them paid off. So think about it. You know, if you have... anyway, that's it. It's $1,000 coming in from a property or a little more, whatever it is, but get it paid off as fast as possible. And everyone's paid off because you want cash flow coming in so that the money your money earns pays for your life for the rest of your life. Good. Long-term vision. Okay? Managing your money wisely. Financial freedom is not $1 million. Financial freedom is doing what you love for your money. That's financial freedom. Financial independence is when the money your money earns pays for your life. That's financial independence. Financial independence is not $1 million. Financial independence is when your money is bringing in enough money to pay for your current level of lifestyle. Because your current level of lifestyle is what you were taught to live. And you can, once you get that managed, you'll be able to slowly move it up. If you do this, I'm plodding along. All of a sudden I'm making a crap load of money. You're going to crash it back past your flat line, your normal line. You're going to go below first, you're going to come down, then you're going to bounce back up, and then you're going to end up right there. Back 10% plus 5 plus minus 5 of where you were taught that you're allowed to live. So save, invest, and manage wisely so that the money your money earns pays for your current level of lifestyle because that's where you're comfortable living. You're working your ass off to live there right now. Once you get that mastered, then you can start moving it up. But it's a journey, right? We all want the magical mystery bus, lottery fairy to give us the mega millions right now. Right? 80% of lottery winners are broke in 5 years. Because they were taught they're allowed to live here. They thought they were going to live here, but they didn't earn it yet, so they were back here. Okay? So there's no other road to financial freedom, financial independence than this, guys. The MLM companies, they're tools. If you start making a shitload of money in a company, realize all you've done is accelerated the bucket side. You've accelerated the amount of money coming into the bucket side. If you stay at your current level of lifestyle, this amount of money that goes over here should be going way up. What most every single person does, they immediately put it into their lifestyle.
Right.
Bigger television, bigger car, bigger house, more bills, more expenses. So when the fantasy leaves, they're in worse shape than when it started.
Wow.
Because they went out of where they were taught to live. First goal. The first goal in your money is to have the money your money earns pay for your current level of lifestyle. Once you have, that means, let's say you're making $50,000 a year right now. Making $50,000 a year. And you get in a company that's hot and you make $200,000 in a year. You better have $150,000 sitting over here.
Yeah.
And that $150,000, I guarantee you, is going a long ways toward the money that money earns, managed wisely, paying for your current level of lifestyle for the rest of your life. The big money things are nothing more than a tool to get to where your money earns is paying for your current level of lifestyle. Have you guys ever heard of Free Life? Goji Juice, Free Life. Keith McEachern, he's the master distributor. I call and talk to him. When Free Life was at its peak, his check was $300,000 a month. It's now down to about 20. The myth that it's going to always be there is a myth. I mean, that they're telling you that it's always going to be there. It's a myth, right? Luckily, Keith has been through some ups and downs. He has mastered this that I'm sharing you, right? So this is the formula, guys. And every single person in this room is capable of getting this done faster than you think. Especially when you start doing what you love to do to earn your money. Just like you were talking about. You're really starting to love what you're doing now, your new job and stuff, versus your old job and all that. You're like, man, it's not even work right now. You're right, it's not. Find what you love to do. Figure out how to earn money doing it. Save a portion of every dollar that comes in the door so that the money your money earns pays for your life for the rest of your life. And you have freedom. You are free. Any questions? It's so simple. The hard part is creating the discipline to do it. This has been around since the dawn of man. This formula. The famous book's been out for a long time, The Richest Man in Babylon. Talks about a guy in Babylon. Babylonian times. All right. So, success is all relative, right? There is no such thing as success. There's no such thing as failure. There's only results. Our results are as powerful as any other person's results on the planet, no matter who it is that we look up to. No matter who it is that we're like, oh, they're so great, grand, and glorious. I'm so not. Right? Whatever their results are, our results were created as masterfully as their results. It's the same stuff that created theirs created ours. So the only way to feel successful or not successful is to compare ourselves to an outside source. The only way we can feel like a failure is to look at somebody else and fantasize about what they've done. We're comparing our results to their results, and we're saying, well, our results are less than theirs, so we must be a failure. It's like, no, you're a success. You're as successful as them. Okay? So the only way to the equally and opposite is true. The only way to feel like a success is to compare yourself to people that you think are a failure. So success and failure is all relative. All right. We talked about both sides, positive, negative, happy, sad, nice, mean, support, challenge, peace, war, praise, reprimand. These complementary opposites. All of life is a wave. All that exists is energy, frequency, vibrating at different frequencies. This chair, if you added up all the molecules that are vibrating in that, the subatomic particles, the real small stuff, it all ends up and it has a certain frequency. Everything is frequency vibrating at a different, everything is light vibrating at a different frequency. Okay? Light splits into two halves. Okay? Opposite spin. That's what gives manifestation. You can draw this. Go ahead and draw that, guy.
You give us? You need a pen. What happened to you over there?
Who's watching the kids? The older kids?
Yeah.
I checked them on them. They're still alive.
Those lines too, what do those represent?
The what? The lines too? Yeah, put the
Yes.
lines in.
The
That
one-
represents one wavelength. Because this continues.
Okay.
It came from forever and it's going forever. This is infinity both ways.
Okay.
Not infinity glory.
It's a perky tit and a saggy tit.
That's like a perfect
That's what I was thinking.
explanation.
Okay.
Wow.
I've
It's
never
a
heard
positive and a negative. Young
that. I
old.
know.
Ron White from the Redneck Comedy Guy.
Wow.
Lady comes up to him and says, "Hey, you want to see my tits?" "Yeah." "Sure." "All right, roll them back up, Grandma." All right. That is life.
Up and down, positive, negative.
Always happening simultaneously in our life. The only way to see positives is to ignore the negatives. The only way to see negatives is to ignore the positives. So if we have an event, every single, right here in the center, every single person, place, thing, situation, and event. Every single person, place, thing, situation, and event, the actuality, the truth of their existence lives right here, perfectly poised in the center of a balanced existence. We come along with the imprint of our parents. We put on our imprint glasses because we perceive the world based on how we were taught to perceive the world, right? We come along and we look at every person, place, thing, situation, or event through these glasses that our parents taught us to wear. And if it agrees with what we were taught, we ignore the negative and we say, well, that's good. That's a positive thing. If it goes against what we were taught, we say, oh, well, that's bad. That's a negative thing. The truth is, it's neither, because it's both equally. Because all things in life is light vibrating at a different frequency. Frequency means wave. Okay? Every single wavelength, from this line to this line, this is one wavelength. The positive peak, the negative trough. Every single one is perfectly balanced 50-50. The very next wave, the frequency could change. The frequency, the height of the wave could change, but it's still balanced 50-50. Same this way. Every single one wavelength of light is balanced 50-50. This is a quantum of light. This is quantum physics. Quantum means one, a unit of one. So this is happy, sad. In our life, happy and sad are perfectly balanced at all times. The only way we can be happy is to ignore the sadness, the sad at the moment. The only way we can be sad is to ignore happy. Depression's a choice, it's not a disease. Okay? Happy, sad.
Choice is not.
Nice, mean. Support, challenge. Praise, reprimand. Praise is, oh, you did great. You did such a great job. Reprimand is, you suck. Why'd you do that? You get punished when you're a kid. Why'd you break the table? Happy, sad, nice, mean, sport, challenge, praise, reprimand, peace, war. There's a gazillion of these. Polar opposites. Peace, war. In our life, this is our life right here. Every single moment of every single day in existence of us existing, we have happy, sad, nice, mean, sport, challenge, peace, war, praise, reprimand. It's all perfectly balanced at every single moment. If somebody's giving you war, somebody somewhere is giving you peace. The communication of all of life can either be locally, this would be local, or non-locally. We could be 1 trillion light years away and be able to communicate instantaneously because all that is God. And it's an instantaneous thing, right? All that exists is God. So it's all a God thing. And it's all one. We're all one. If you add up all of humanity, all the charges of the repressed, we're repressing something, we're expressing something. If you add it all up, it all balances out to zero in this center. We're all one. It's been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Again, tons of cool experiments. Some of them are kind of harsh the way they've come about discovering it. Some of them are not so harsh. They took a mother kitten, the government did, took a mother kitten that had 3 kittens, and they triangulated in submarines in the ocean away from the mother, as far away on the planet as they could get away from the mother kitten, and at predetermined times, so that they knew the time, would kill one of the kittens. Every single time a kitten died, the mother's heart rate, respiration, brain activity, it all changed just the same as the same cat that had a kitten killed in front of her live. Now I realize that's kind of a harsh thing, but the beauty of that, again, because everything has 2 sides, the beauty of that is the instantaneous communication and knowing that one of her babies had been killed as far away from her as possible on the planet. So there's been many experiments done like that with plants and other things. They hook a rhododendron up to a polygraph type machine. It can read electricity, right? And in a room, they had another plant, same kind of plant, and hacked this plant up right in front of this plant. This plant responds if this plant's being killed. Okay? So they have this person that killed that plant. They took all that stuff out of the room. They had the person that killed that plant come into the room and just think about killing that plant, and that plant responded the same way as when this plant was being killed. Experiment after experiment after experiment, proving that we are all one, all connected. And for me, it's all God. Because my logic with God is God either created everything or nothing. There's no in between. That's a black and a white. Everything or nothing. You can't have it both ways. That's how my mind works. So, and God is love. And that's all that exists is love. So if in your life you're having a whole shitload of war or reprimand or challenge or people are being mean to you or you're feeling sad or whatever, if somebody's being mean to you, and if there's not somebody right around you being nice to you, right around you, somewhere, somebody at the exact same time is having nice thoughts about you, the same time someone else is being mean to you right to your face. Somewhere, somehow, someone is being nice to you. Remember, the experiments, we're all connected and it's instantaneous. Because light comes in, splits into two charged particles, and they have opposite spin. They took these two particles, they can take these particles with an experiment, the giant accelerators, and they split a photon of light into its spin. They can magnetically make this one spin the opposite direction. Instantaneously, when this one spins the opposite direction, this one changes its spin. Instantaneous. Like experiment after experiment after experiment, showing that we are all part of what I call the infinite oneness. Okay? So the equal and opposite is true. If you're living in a spot where you're getting all kinds of support, like right now, you guys, a bunch of you are supporting me or whatever, I guarantee you somewhere, somehow, someone is challenging me, right? It's always balanced, no matter what. So our life is equal at all times. God is always present. God, the grand organized design, the infinite being of love, is supporting you up with one hand and challenging you down with the other one. Support and challenge. That's so we'll grow. If you only had support, because remember earlier we were talking about contrast, black and white. If you only had support, how could you grow?
Right.
If you're only supported, would you ever grow in your life? No, why? You'd be content. You'd be like, right? You'd be like, whatever. So challenge pushes us to grow. We seek support to avoid the challenge, but that journey drives us to grow, learn, grow, and expand who we are, what we're about, and so on. Okay? This is infatuation. This is resentment. In a new relationship. Are you guys in a relationship?
We are.
You are? Couldn't tell.
Why is that?
You didn't joking.
I'm joking.
Oh.
Oh, got him.
I'm a little slow.
Isn't he just so great?
Don't compare.
Isn't he amazing?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Good. Isn't she amazing?
Sometimes.
That's
In a new relationship, we're like, we put on the blinders. We're going to totally ignore that. And we're like, oh my God, I just met this most amazing person.
Oh, yeah.
They're so great. They're the most amazing person I've ever met in my life. And you know what?
What?
I don't know if they fart, but if he does, I bet it smells like roses.
Oh,
They're so amazing. God, I just love them. I'm so in love with them. A week goes by. Do you know what?
Here it comes.
They're not as fantastic as I thought. Right? Can you believe they left the toothpaste cap off, or that they left the toilet seat up, or whatever like that, right? Comes down, 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 down. You know what? No, that fart didn't smell like roses. Because in the beginning, we're infatuated. We want to ignore the negatives. They're so great, grand, and glorious. Right? We've all been there. So when I learned this stuff, when I was meeting women after my marriage and that kind of stuff, if I met somebody I was attracted to, I would instantly go to work and find the negatives, find what I didn't like about them, find what was wrong about them, collapse that infatuation as fast as possible so that I saw them for who they truly were. Because everybody has two sides. Everybody has a public side, and everybody has a private side. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay? You fall in love with their private or their public side, and then when you're with them for a while, you see their private side. And you hopefully see their private side a lot.
Hopefully.
So, this infatuation and resentment. So, back to the success idea. Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Mark Cuban. They're so great, grand, and glorious. I can never be like that because they're so wonderful. They're so magnificent. They have so much stuff that I don't have. Simultaneously, wino in the gutter. I'm not like that. Same person. I'm not like that. Oh, God. I'd never be like that. That's not me. Right? They're amazing. They're not. Truth is, it's all the same of infinite oneness, and it's all love, and it's all magnificent, and we all have all parts. All humans repress and express all human traits. We repress, I'm not like that, I would never do that, what we think is bad or negative. And we express, oh, I'm so great and glorious, and God, it's just amazing. The stuff that we think is great. We all express and repress. The truth is, we all have all sides, and everything serves. Part of my logic is with God is, God's the creator of all. Why would God create anything that doesn't serve? So think about it. If we're this omnipresent, magnificent, creative force that we can create whatever it is that we would love to create, anything that we would love to create, would you waste your time creating anything that doesn't serve, that doesn't have a purpose for existence? No, you wouldn't. So everything has a purpose, or it wouldn't exist. Right? Whether a person believes in God, believes in evolution, I actually believe that we were created to evolve. I believe it's both. There's creation and evolution happening simultaneously, probably in a 50-50 balance, but or you're an alienist, you think the aliens came and, spermed the ocean with their DNA. I mean, that's literally how they, what they're talking about. That they injected their DNA into, isn't that what that is? Maybe the ocean is their ejaculator.
Oh, wow.
Who knows? So, whether you're an alienist, a devout believer in God, which I have a firm belief in God, that there is an energy, an entity, or some sense of a magnificent. For me, it's just love, but it's. Here's my definition of God and love. It's all same, synonymous. It's the omnipresent essence of love that permeates everything all the time. To me, that's what God is. But anyway, no matter what it is that any one individual believes we came from, then we all came from it. We all came from a singularity, no matter what it is that you think we came from. If we all came from the same stuff, then we all have all human stuff in us. You can't be like, oh no, well Mark Cuban got more of the money gene than the wino in the street. It's like, no. He's expressing it differently than he's expressing. He's kind of repressing it. He's expressing it. We all have all stuff. All humans have all human stuff. All humans have all human emotions. We all express and repress emotions the same. We all express and repress emotions the same way, and we express and repress our own emotions our own way. But we all have the same human emotions. We're all the same stuff. And this is going to play into, again, it's part of the infinite oneness, but it's going to play into after lunch when we're doing the work, realizing that you are all things. So you can be all things, own all things. Raise your vibration of where you want to play the game in the success game, where you want to play that game is entirely up to you. You're the self-limiter. But you got to love what you hate about yourself first. You got to believe that you can, and then most importantly, you got to feel worthy of the results. If you're not feeling worthy of the results, you're going to crash yourself right back down to where you were taught you're allowed to live. No, you can't do that. You got to be here. Okay? So this frequency of life is permeating everywhere all the time. Simultaneously supported and challenged. Simultaneously liked and disliked, or liked and hated. What we call love in a new relationship is infatuation. What it really is, you really like them. That's what it is. Because, and we call it love. We feel, I love you, and you do. But the love of the heart in the center lives here. The heart is here. That's the heart. So as I was saying, when you express charge in an argument, this charge build up, potential energy between the two, build up, and it came crashing together to the center. Afterwards, you have a moment of open heart, communication of love. In that moment, you're as closer to heart as you can be. Where you want to go is dissolve this charge. Find the opposite charge. They dissolve and it births, B-R-I-T-H-S, births light. The more charges you dissolve, the more light you become. The more charges you dissolve, the higher your frequency becomes. Your self-worth grows, your certainty grows, your confidence grows. You can't help but make more money because you're now willing to settle for more than whereas just a moment ago before you dissolved that charge, you were willing to settle for less. Mm-hmm. I had one good friend of mine. I met him in chiropractic college out in California, and he was, we were already out of school, and he hadn't made more. His parents, he comes from a Jewish family, so his dad was very driven by money and stuff, so he was like, oh no, I'm not like my dad, I'm not going to be that. Anyway, I worked with him once on this over the phone doing some consulting, and he was like at the time maybe 44, 45 years old, hadn't made more than maybe like $20,000, $30,000 in a year his entire life. Still borrowing money from his folks to survive every month, blah, blah, blah. And his big hang-up was money is not spiritual. There's no spiritual component to money. Spirituality and money is separate. And so I walk him through this whole process and get him to see and answer the question over and over and over, how is money spiritual? How is money an expression of spirituality? And listed and listed and listed until all of a sudden you come to the point where you go, oh my God, money is spirit. So we walked through that process. 10 days later, he got a job making $75,000 a year managing 3 chiropractic clinics down in Florida. Because he now was willing to settle for more, whereas before he was willing to settle for less. Because his self-worth grew. What he believed he was worth on the inside became more. Okay? So this is a single wave. This is how it works in our life. Okay? Same thing. So that's that, that's that, that's that. All we did was take that and turn it this way. Okay? Positive, negative, negative. This is still one wavelength from here to here. When you dissolve this wave to the center, you dissolve it by finding the complementary of still nice, mean, happy, sad, praise, reprimand, all that. Dissolve it to the center. You make a quantum leap in frequency. And it is a quantum leap. You just rose a frequency. Now your emotions got turned down one level of volume on the radio. Instead of this, now it's a little bit less. Next time, a little bit less. A little bit less. To where eventually your emotional tick-tock of right, wrong, good, bad. Remember, your perceptions yield your emotions, which yields your actions, which yield your results. Every time you dissolve charge to the center, you leap another quantum of energy and another quantum of energy. To where eventually now the voice of your soul, your inner voice, your voice of wisdom, is now, you've quieted the outer enough that you're able to hear the center more and more and more, the inner more and more, the inner voice, the voice of the soul. Our soul is sitting there 24/7, 365 with a message for our life, just like I shared with you guys earlier. Mine just boom, boom, downloaded into my brain, done. So it's sitting there 24/7, 365 with the message for our life, waiting for us to listen. And you listen by quieting the outer. Again, this was a positive and a negative, that it collapsed itself to the center. In that moment, we have moments of clarity. You'll have visions. And you write them down. You go write them down and you sit, whether by hand or in front of your computer, when you're in that space, you can write as fast as you can write. Tears just streaming down your face. Tears of inspiration and love pouring out of you. You get it down on paper as fast as you can. And I catalog mine. Like I keep them all. And what spurred that inspiration? Was it dissolving the charge or whatever? And it's the roadmap of your life of the greatest degree of fulfillment. Okay? This is the byproduct of the work that you're going to learn this afternoon. Living life to greater and greater and greater degrees from your heart of hearts. What you would absolutely love to do with every fiber of your being. Because as I said, we're born, we live, we die. We're not worried about the afterlife. We're born, we live, we die. What are you going to do in between? A job that you absolutely freaking hate just to pay the bills? Or find what it is that you absolutely love to do? Because no matter what it is that we do in our life, there's going to be positives and negatives. Support, challenge, peace, war, happy, sad, nice, mean, praise, reprimand. Why not do what we love? Because nobody in here knows when they're going to die. You weren't here when I asked that question. Do you know when you're going to die?
¿Sabe cuándo se va a
No?
morir?
Awesome. So she doesn't know either. So I'm still looking. So none of us know when we're going to die. No matter what we do, we're going to have half pain, half pleasure. Why not do what the fuck we love? Having half pain, half pleasure. Living a more fulfilled life and then die. Versus a quiet life of desperation, which is what most every single person lives, right? How about a loud life of inspiration? I'd rather live a loud life of inspiration instead of a quiet life of desperation. Okay, so all humans have all traits. All humans are made of the same stuff. We express and repress according to the goggles that we wear that were given to us by our parents when we were growing up. How do I perceive life? What do I perceive as good? What do I perceive as bad? How much money am I allowed to have? How much money am I allowed to have before I get in trouble for being a bad boy? How much money am I allowed to have before I get in trouble for being a bad girl? Because get your hand out of the cookie jar. That's this. The more we do this, these eventually fall away. And we move into us. Our ownership of our life. We own our life. Our parents don't own our life. Our coaches, our teachers, our aunts, uncles, grandparents, they don't own our life. We own it.
Amen.
The more you step into ownership of your life, the more power you have, the more certainty you have, the more money will flow to you because of that power and certainty, the more byproduct that money becomes. I absolutely know with every fiber of my being, as sure as I'm standing here in this room, I will have a moment in my life. It'll be so I just saw a little flash moment. It'll be a time in my life, and it's not that far out into the future. I'm going to have like $13 million in my bank account and not even care because where's my next event? Where's the next seminar? Who's the next people I'm talking to? That's all a result of that. And it doesn't mean anything to me other than it's a tool that helps me continue on my journey. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who can I love next? Who can I serve next? How can I share my message next? More to new people. Let's keep moving forward. Because it's a byproduct of. It's like, oh, you have a helicopter. Yeah, so what? Because where I'm going to live, I'm going to have a helicopter to get to the airport because Atlanta traffic is absolutely horrendous on that. And then eventually I'll get to the airport where I know with certainty again, I will have clients that send their jet to the private jet airport close to my house to come get me to go work with them for the weekend or whatever. But again, none of that matters. It's because who's next? Who's next? Who's next? When I'm so driven by the journey, all that's just a result. It doesn't mean anything. It's a result. It's another great lesson of money. The faster you can get unattached to it, the more it's going to show up. Because it's like this. We're saying, when you're attached to it, it's like you're saying there's lack, there's not enough. You're looking for it. Where is it? 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 Meanwhile, it's taped to your back. Okay? There's billions of dollars worth of gold bars taped to your back. You can't see it. But you go, where is it? Where is it? I'm looking for it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You can't see it. But it's everywhere all the time. Because there's a law of physics. It's the first law of thermodynamics in physics. We all learned this in grade school physics almost. Energy and matter can neither be created or destroyed. It can only change form. Energy and matter can not be created or destroyed. It can only change form. So I've asked this question many times also. Is there anybody here that can show me something in existence that is either not energy or matter? And the answer is always no, because energy is the light coming in. The matter is when it splits into half. It's either energy or matter. They've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. They thought a black hole that energy went there to die, but they've recently, science has advanced now to studying black holes that they're able to see the energy coming back out. There's only transformation. There's no such thing as life or death. There's only transformation. There's no creation and destruction. It's just transformation. Things just being transformed. Energy and matter can either be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. So since we're all created by the same thing, whether it's God, aliens, or evolution, we're all created by the same thing. We all have the same stuff. We all express and repress in our own way. We can all only transform life into what we would love it to be. Energy and matter can either be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. So when we're going, where is it? Where's my money? I don't see it. Where is it? Where is it? You're telling the universe it doesn't exist. So you're expressing into the manifestation matrix. You're telling the universe you don't want it because you can't find it. I don't see it. How many times have you guys gone to look for something and you're putting in your mind, where is it? 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 All over the house, where is it? And you come back eventually, you're like, holy crap, it's right here. I've been looking for it all day. It was there the whole time. You looked right at it. I've done this many times, and I'll catch myself on purpose, and I'll go back and I'll be like, wait, that was so cool. I looked at it. My brain didn't let me see it because I was telling it doesn't exist. So I started to do experiments and say, instead of saying, where is it, where is it, where is it, I started saying, show me such and such. And what do you know? I find it. Whatever I'm looking for, I don't say, where is it? I say, show me my keys. Okay, so show me my money. Not where is my money, because you tell the universe you don't want it, because it doesn't exist. Show me my money. Because it's currently in your life. Every single one of us are as wealthy financially as every other person on the planet. Because energy and matter can be created or destroyed. It can only change form. Which means it's somewhere in our life in a form that we're not recognizing because we're telling the universe, I don't see it. And the universe is like, man, dude, just open your eyes. Because it's everywhere, all around you, all the time.
Right.
So where is it doesn't work. Show it to me does. Show me my money. Show me my wealth. Because we've all manifested it absolutely perfect according to what is most important to us. Because energy matter can be created or destroyed. It can only change form. We have manifested our money and our wealth according to what is important to us. It's lunchtime. When we get back, we'll continue on this, which is form.
Gosh,
I'm making a note
thank you
myself.
for those last words. That is,
Oh man.
that was it
Form.
right there.
Show
me.
Yeah.
Show me the
money.
people.
Show me